welcome to this episode of the Kindness and Gratitude Summit. I'm Brenda Pierce. I'm here. I'm an author and speaker. I am the owner and coach of the No Regrets Academy, and I'm your featured host today on this segment. And with me, we have the marvelous Sharon Milliman. And welcome to the show, Sharon. It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here with you.
Oh, well, we're both collaborators. I'm the principal of the Secret Child book series, along with Dr. Sue Dank, and Sharon is one of our marvelous contributors. And Sharon and I have known each other off and on for the last several years. And you never know when a mission, a vision, a passion will bring you together with people that you know in passing. And such is the book, The Secret Child: Life After Loss. Now, Sharon is an amazing writer, and it is based on her own experiences that she has been able to create books that have been very impactful. And she has also been a guest on the Dr. Oz show. And so I'm going to let Sharon tell you a little bit about who she is and why she's here and what kindness means to her.
Well, I'm Sharon, and I've had 4 near-death experiences, and that's what the books are about. And, being on Dr. Oz was talking about what it's like to be on the other side. And I just try to share as much love as I can and an open heart to everybody, because we never know what people are going through. And so the more love we give out, the more healing there is. And that was one of the main messages that I got when I died. And it's all about the love and celebrating life. And that's why this particular book was so important, that I really wanted to be a part of it, because, every life that comes into this world has a purpose, has a meaning. And that was exactly quoted from God, when I talked to him when I died from the lightning strike. And, he doesn't make mistakes, and he doesn't make junk, and every single life has a meaning and has a purpose in it. Every life touches every other life. And however long that life is here, it's so, so important. And it's by his design that we're here for however long we're here for. And so I wanted to let people know that you are so intricately important to everything he's ever created or ever will create. And whether you're here for a moment or 100 years, that doesn't matter. You touch lives in ways you have no idea that you have. And I lost 2 baby girls, and I was never able to really verbalize and mourn publicly the loss of those babies until I met you and we worked on this book together. And it's about celebrating their life and what magnificence they brought to all of us for however long. And yes, you have to go through that mourning, and you have to acknowledge that mourning. And that's something that I wasn't able to do. And so you all helped me to literally verbalize. And one of my babies I named, the other one I didn't name, because I didn't know what I had to mourn. I was happy and sad all at the same time, because I was having twins, and one baby survived and the other one didn't. So I didn't know how to feel, it was so divinely orchestrated to be a part of this, because a lot of healing has come from it for me and for others, because there's many women who lose children and they don't talk about it, and it's okay to talk about it.
It's important for us to share our truth, and when you hold something so near and dear in your heart for so long, to finally have the opportunity to express yourself and to write and to really put pen to paper to the feelings that you've held for so long, what a blessing it is to finally like let it out and let them live through your words, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it became real because for 40 years it was like I knew this happened, but I couldn't talk about it. I had to be strong for everybody else.
Mhm.
And I kept it in here so tight. And now being able to bring it out, it's like they're living. They were real. It really happened, and now they're alive again, and then I know when they're on the other side, they're beautiful and strong and healthy and happy. I've seen what's on the other side. I've seen many, many babies over there and children and people. And so they really are okay, but we still have to go on, even though they're, when so
Well, that's beautiful. But your words are so encouraging because so often parents feel like they don't know, right? They don't know where their kids are. Are they safe? Because here on earth we worry about curfews and time and schedules and checking them in bed at night. And you, like me, both lost one of a twin. And so that as you watch the twin grow and thrive and survive in the world, you always wonder, what if, what if, what if? And for me, I know that the twin to twin bond is very strong despite the veil. And you've actually been on the other side where you can actually see. And it is a divinely gift from God, to be able to take the pain, the insurmountable pain of grief, and look beyond it to the gift it can be, and the legacy of light and livelihood that these children are for us when we can no longer hold them anymore in our hands. It's really, I just want to celebrate you, for sharing and stepping forward to share your story, and how powerful the pen is in terms of not only our self-healing, our issues, but also helping mitigate some of the pain and suffering that others may be experiencing in their own lives. And for being a part of the book, it's an impactful book, but all your books are very impactful. From where you share about meeting your own brothers on the other side, and you
yeah.
never knew them, right? Like,
Well, I was only when the first one died, I was a year old, and when the second one died, I was 2. And no, I hadn't, I was just a baby myself, but they were the first ones that greeted me when I was in heaven, and they were so beautiful, and they were grown men, which all of the children in heaven will grow physically and spiritually because, on the other side, you don't stop being who you are. You continue going. And everyone that I saw in heaven was no older than between, late 20s, early 30s. But when I saw my 2 brothers, and we had a wonderful family reunion, and they looked just like my dad. And it
oh,
was just, I was just blown away. It was like, oh my God, I love you so much. And I wish, but this is just so magnificent. And I just want to take you home with me. I wish that I had a camera with me,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it was
They had
just,
devices. Oh,
and where I saw, there is a place where babies and children go, and they are tended to and loved by other, loved ones who've passed on. They're angels and mentors and teachers and guides. And there's just it's amazing. And they were all running around laughing, and they're squealing, and they're, playing big, great, big, huge play areas for these kids, and picnics, and just I saw one little girl playing with a balloon, pushing the balloon up, and just, I mean, it was absolutely amazing. And so when I start to feel sad about losing my children, I stop and I think, well, wait a minute, they're better than we were here, and they're there, and you will see them again. This is only a temporary separation, and they love you. That never changed. And that one of the things that I learned was that physical absence will never, ever break that spiritual bond of love that was created. You know, you carry those babies under your heart for however long you do. And there is a deep, deep connection between you and your children. And they're still with you and they still love you. And they will be there to greet you when it's your time. And for them, it's just a blink of an eye. For us, it's like takes forever. You think, oh my gosh, 80 years or 100 years or whatever, you know, is such a long time. But once you're on the other side, there is no time as we have time here. And so for them, it's like, mommy or daddy will be here, you know, and just that quick. And they don't forget you. There's no possible way they would forget you. You're still connected. It's just you hold them a little differently than you would. Instead of in your arms, you hold them in your heart. And that love never goes away, ever.
That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. You know, love and gratitude and peace are all the three elements that I really feel are so important in us to understand that when you can find that within your heart, then you can transcend the pain. And this is what I love about this summit series is the fact that all these stories are coming together to help heal humanity in such a beautiful, magnificent way. And I want us to just share right now too. Maybe you can share a brief little story about an act of kindness that really has transformed your life.
Oh, there's been so many magnificent kindnesses that people have done. Oh my gosh, it's hard to think of one particular thing.
Yeah.
This particular book, you have no idea how much healing it caused being able to be a part of it and actually verbalizing and writing down the story of what happened. And it allowed me to go do the mourning that I never did before. Mm-hmm. And then what it also did was help me to remember when I was in heaven and when I did see these children, you know, and when I saw the happiness and the joy and the peace and the love that surrounds. I mean, when you're in heaven, that's all you feel. And it's so huge and so big, and there's no words to put to it. The English language is very lacking. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is that a hand on the shoulder, a smile, all of those things, even though they seem very tiny and very small, those are huge acts of kindness when you get to the other side and you see a life review. That's what matters. It's the little things. It's not the big things. What you did in this book is huge. It's, even though it's just monumental because it allowed me personally to connect with my children and to see where they were and to stop hiding from the grief, because the way I learned it is that grief is just, it's love that you feel like you can't give, but it's an extension of our loves. And when we love deeply, we're going to grieve deeply. And grief is a natural, normal part of loving. And you have to go through it as hard as it may be. But when you get to the other side of it and you look at the positive, what did that child do? That child could have brought the whole family together. It could have, touched people that you don't even know, because that's how important it is to acknowledge. And like I said, they're with you. My baby girls are with me. And it was actually my first baby that I lost that gave me strength to go through the second one. And I almost lost both of my daughters, the second pregnancy. But it was because I felt my first one with me so strong. And she gave me courage and strength. And she was like, "Oh no, you're not, Mom. You're not. We're not going through this again." And I could just, I could see her, because that's one of the things that happened to me when I came back from my near-death experience. I can see things that other people can't, or whatever. And I could see her, and she was like, "No, Mom, no." It's going to be okay, and really we are okay, and they are better than okay. And so she gave me the courage to fight, and I did, and one of my babies lived. So, but this is the act of kindness and I wanted to thank you.
You're so welcome. So welcome. And so, the beauty is when we come together as a community collectively, writing and sharing our stories, we become a family, a new family between the pages of a book. And so for anyone out there who is either considering writing a book or putting a book together, really think about, crafting a book or being part of a book project where there's a similar coming together of people of like minds. It's a beautiful thing. And it is an act of kindness to not only share your light and your story and help to impact others wherever they are around the world, whatever their needs are. And as such, Sharon, thank you for being part of our family here. And on the acts of the Week of Kindness Summit here, I'm speechless because your words touch my heart so much. And together we can grow and we can become filled with gratitude and filled with kindness and filled with light. No matter what your circumstance is in this world, we can only make it better when we come together. And so I just want to invite everybody to go to www.thesecretchildbookseries.com/WOK. And there you're going to find ads from each of or photos from each of the speakers that you're going to see here on the summit. And you're going to be able to connect to their free gift, which will help humanity to grow exponentially. But also you get to meet each of the contributors to the book as well. So for the Week of Kindness and Gratitude Summit and Gift Giveaway, this is Brenda Pierce and Sharon Milliman saying goodbye for now, and we'll see you again real soon. And we're done.